Hey guys, and welcome back to another video with the two favorite book nerds, Amy
and Kelly.
It is time for part 2 of our reading recap, the third book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook.
The good stuff.
The good all
stuff.
of it's good stuff.
I know, but this is the best stuff.
The best stuff. The best of the best.
Yes.
Okay, so last time we left off, we stopped at chapter
18.
Yeah, we talked about chapter 18. Now we're moving into chapter 19, and we're going to talk to the end. So, yay.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, yes. I
know. I know.
Yeah. I completely forgot like where the cutoff was with everything, and now I'm just like looking at the stuff that I've the annotations, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
I know. So yeah, we just left Madison at the train station and had a little flashback to Bee's mom, and now we're headed back to the Desperado Club. And I'm like immediately highlighting things as soon as we get in there because, and one, which I want you to remember this, because when they go in, and of course they get, well, they find out that Bomo and Sledgy have paid for their security out of their own pockets, or upgrades to their security out of their own pockets, because they love donuts.
Yes. I mean, how could they not?
I know, but it's so cute. But anyway, because of some sort of a training thing or something that Donut has, she can go into these different areas, and she says that they ought to go into the Bitches and Peanut Parade strip clubs to see if anybody's in there. But this is the part I want you to remember for, just keep it in your mind for coming up.
Oh god.
She says, I've always wanted to see a naked man dance around. One with better moves than that one weird guy who always came over when you were gone. He used to dance in the mirror and stare at himself and call himself a king. He'd put your socks on his wang and twirl them around in the mirror. Remember that. Just keep that in the back of your mind for future reference.
Oh, I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one, I just kept highlighting this. Carl got on the kick of thinking or describing something or murder hobo.
Murder hobo.
And I was like, the dude's like, Mongo's a murder chicken. Now we've got murder hobo. I think at one point he talks about go and murder hobo on everybody.
He's just got a thing for murderous nicknames.
I guess so. But Donut goes onto the dance floor, or no, they go into the strip club, and Carl goes to the bar because he sees somebody, and he knows.
Yes, we have good old Frank.
Frank Q,
who we're supposed to be afraid of because supposedly him and Maggie, whatever her name is, are supposed to be hunting him down, him and Donut, for what happened with their daughter.
Yeah.
Honestly, I forgot about Frank.
I
forgot about both of them. Like, he showed up and I'm just like, oh yeah, he's supposed to be coming back around at some point. And I was like
waiting for them to come back again.
Oh yeah, no.
It's just one of those things that's always in the back. Like, when are they coming back? Because, they are.
Yeah.
They are. But, yeah, Frank wasn't quite... he wasn't on the hunt for Carl anymore.
No, he had given up.
Yeah.
100%. Like, honestly, their interaction was a little disappointing to me.
Oh, really?
Just a little bit. Like,
no,
I understand, but I also was, like, expecting fire, explosions, like, something. So, it wasn't what I was expecting, I guess. Maybe not I'm disappointed by it, but it wasn't what I was expecting.
Now that I've read Operation Bounce House, and when we were talking about in our book club video, about how towards the end when Tito speaks up and starts saying, look, there's no way you can win here, and whatever we do, we're not going to win. So why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go out our own way? That's what Frank's doing.
That's true.
I mean, Frank is basically saying, he lost his daughter. His wife's insane.
Yeah.
He's not going to win. And so he's taking his way out the way he can. And so that was what I was thought. What a kind of a, not really a twist, but kind of a twist. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not, he didn't come back, attacking and trying to kill him. You know, and he always said, you know, that was always Maggie's thing. I never...
Yeah, that's true. He did say that.
I never felt like, you know, I mean, he said he was mad. He was furious at Carl, hated Carl for what happened, but he never really blamed Carl for what happened.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, you know?
He was definitely more level-headed of the couple.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But the thing that hit me about this is like, throughout this whole thing, you keep like wanting somebody to hate. Who's the enemy? And I'm like, so far, who is the enemy? You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, sure, the mob's in the dungeon, but are they really? You know?
Yeah, well, yeah, because now we're finding out that the NPCs are more than just like made up.
Well, yeah, the mobs are programmed things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and obviously, you know, like Mordecai, he's not the enemy.
Mm-hmm. You know, we have Boren, but we haven't really met anyone from
Exactly.
Boren. There's no face to...
But you have Zev, so, you know, it was kind of like, well, okay, Zev, but then she's not.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now it's like, so you thought Frank and Maggie Mai, because obviously in the first book, they were, you know, kind of antagonists to Carl and Donut. And now you just see how, because of that ring, maybe that's why their game guide told them to kill other crawlers.
Maybe.
Was because of that ring. So, are they really bad guys either? Or were they just trying to save their daughter? You know? So, are they, you know, there's really just no bad guys. It seems like...
Who am I supposed to hate?
Exactly! Who am I supposed to hate here? I don't think we've had a real enemy yet.
Just brief glimpses of hatred. Brief enemies.
Yeah, but not...
I mean, I would say Hecla was someone that I really didn't like. Lucia Marr, you could consider...
Yeah, but in the end, which I think is another thing I think about when we talk about that whole deal, was she, or was she just doing what everybody else is doing? It was just her own way of doing it. You know, maybe Eva, I mean, you know, like, again, when we get to that point,
Yeah.
to talk about that, maybe, but I don't, is she? Because when, you know, what happened to her,
Yeah.
you know, or was she manipulated into doing, I don't know. But anyway, I just think it is one of those things that shows, again, that humanity in the story, that Frank was just doing the best he could for his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she had that ring, and if that meant killing other crawlers so his daughter lived, well, who wouldn't do that, really? You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I don't know. That's what I thought was so good about that whole scene, is it's like, once again, you're conflicted about, okay, yeah, he did bad things, but is he really that bad?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, why his daughter actually, why Maggie killed their daughter, because she wasn't going to heal from that.
No.
From that blast, because of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they targeted Carl.
Yeah. It definitely was an eye-opening conversation.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, because...
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time we're just thinking that, you know, Maggie was just being ruthless and uncaring and just terrible mother in person, and actually no, she was like putting her out of her misery.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing the hardest but most caring thing she could for her daughter.
Right. I wondered, because Frank kept saying that this is my revenge. Giving Carl the ring.
Mm-hmm.
This is my revenge. And I was like, how? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, he got all of those boosts to his stats. And as long as he didn't use that one power, what, marked for death? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's marked for death.
So, you know, right away you're wondering, what the hell's this about?
Right. And then we had Mordecai's reaction when he saw the ring, which was a lot bigger of a reaction than I was expecting.
It was a lot. It was big.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then Carl had his own little "my precious" moment.
Right? And then that was what I was like, does this ring somehow, like
mess with your head?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Eventually you're going to feel the pressure where you're gonna use the skill even though you said that you weren't going to. Like, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh.
But don't you think maybe just, it wouldn't even have to have like a mess with your head power, but it's still gonna mess with his head?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you can say, oh, I'm just gonna have this just for this. I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that. And then comes that situation, and
like,
then,
and then I could do this.
But I could.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, maybe you're forced to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have it, instead of thinking of a different solution, you just do it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, the idea that they could just be hunted down on the 6th floor for people wanting to get it is bad enough, but...
Right. Well, they're already going to have so much that they need to contend with when they get to the 6th floor.
Right.
So having that on top of it definitely isn't great. Not ideal.
No.
And then Carl having his little thing where he's like, so you say that whoever has this ring shall win? Or whatever.
Yes!
And I'm like, Carl!
See, it's already starting. He's already thinking.
Exactly. I'm like, why are we trying to win? The fact, like, how about we just focus on not getting involved anymore? Like, you know, we don't need to win, Carl. Like, oh, buddy.
Well, yeah, because Mordecai telling him that these people will come hunting him down because historically whoever has that ring in their power wins the faction war.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Carl's exactly like, oh, is that right?
Yeah. Like, okay, calm down there, Smeagol. Calm down there.
Yes. Like, what?
Like, how about we take a beat and listen to Mordecai. Listen to the expert here.
I don't know. I am just like, there are times it's like you just think Carl's got plans on plans on plans going on up in that head, because he's got the doomsday scenario in his head that he's got to get rid of somehow. And then there was that time when, oh, we haven't gotten there yet. Okay. So I'll save that. I don't know. There's a time when something happens and you can just see the wheels turning in Carl's head. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, he's got plans A, B, C, D, and
I think
Z.
he
like,
does.
you know, he's got them all.
I'm pretty sure he does, and I'm interested to see, because I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, his mind works in mysterious ways, and I'm always intrigued.
Yeah.
To find out how he's going to...
Yeah. Well, yeah, because there's never any sort of hints of the plan in the book.
Still the ongoing complaint.
Yeah.
A lack of explanation or behind the scenes.
Exactly. But in that same scene was another thing that I thought was very mature of Donut to say. Because she comes over and basically says, Carl's time to leave. Let's go. Get away from him, kind of thing. And Donut says, anyway, sometimes you can just look at someone and see that they've given up. I've been seeing a lot of that lately. Even in people who are pretending to hide it. It's quite scary. But it's worse in some, and with him it's the worst I've ever seen. So I just thought that was really mature of her. And kind of show her being observant and processing things that are going on too.
Yeah.
Just like with the PvP coupons. You know, her really handling that.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of character growth from
Mm-hmm.
Donut.
Yeah.
For sure. Which is awesome.
It is always awesome when she pops off with something that you're like, dang.
I'm like, okay.
Dang, sister. All right.
Yeah. But also, speaking of Donut,
I
want to know more about her amazing lap dance that she had at the bordello.
Right.
Oh, that had me cracking up.
Oh, that was. They
that
come
was
out
so
with,
good.
like, Sledgy has a feather boa around his neck.
Oh yeah, Zev said it. That it was Carl's conversation with Frank and the stunningly controversial decision to wear the ring, along with Donut's amazing lap dance at the male bordello, that were the two top feeds in the world during that hour.
And then it was just glossed over.
And I'm like, what? It's like, I want to know more. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they really did gloss right on over that one.
They did. I really hope that it comes back, but
I think it was earlier that, it was like book 2 maybe, that Mordecai, I think, was telling him not to go in there because crawlers that went in there got made fun of.
Yeah.
And then Donut, of course, goes right on in.
She's like, why not?
And right in style.
This chapter is also when they have to do their script reading.
Narrating the documentary.
Yes, yes. Oh, this was so funny. This was so great.
Well, one of the things that I had highlighted first, because it just kills me, Carl loots literally everything. And they come into this place and they find out that their HUD still works. And so they still have access to the chat and inventory and stuff. And so to test it, he goes over to the snack table and pulls a whole bowl of Snickers into his inventory just to see.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, right.
Yeah, just in case it happens to her. Just a test.
Yeah. But they're asking, this was hilarious too, and the audiobook was so funny. When they're the little disc thing that's I don't know, they always have the assistant that comes in, you know, and this one's the little disc.
Mex.
Yes.
Mex 6000, I think.
And they're asking why they still have all their stuff, and it rattles off all of this stuff, and Carl says, I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Yes, yes.
And it answers back, I apologize, Carl. Let me translate it into Earth Monkey speak.
That was hilarious. That was so hilarious.
But you get
an
idea.
I highlighted that too.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was so, like, the mud skippers are cheap bastards who have built this entire crawl with spit and duct tape and items they have purchased at the equivalent of an interstellar swap meet. Like, oh my gosh.
The fact that it hasn't broken down yet or bitten them in the ass is a testament to the very real existence of the concept of dumb luck. Do you understand me now?
Got it.
So it was just, oh my gosh, because again, you just see how they're trying to get through this crawl without spending any money on it. But
because they have no money.
Because they have no money. And everybody knows it, except the crawlers, apparently.
Yeah, well, the crawlers are starting to find out. At least Carl.
Yeah, Carl is, for
Carl
sure.
and Donut are figuring it out, but yeah.
Yeah, so Donut is narrating a cat show documentary. Although she's apparently putting her own twist on it.
She's off script.
Yeah.
But she's having the time of her life.
Yeah. She's telling the universe about a breed of dog called a Cocker Spaniel, about the real reason why they are the winningest champions of the dog show. It's fascinating. We've never heard such a tale of evil and intrigue. I'm telling the truth that needs to be told, Carl.
Yep. I love how much she hates Cocker Spaniels.
Oh my gosh.
Like, this whole thing is so hilarious.
All because the neighbor had a Cocker Spaniel, Angel.
Angel. Who apparently was not an angel to Donut.
But yeah, he told her to back off, and she's like, I'm telling the truth that needs to be told, Carl.
Oh, God damn it, Donut. Oh, but yeah.
But the
the
description of the beauty pageant. The swimsuit portion of this human mating ritual is designed to entice the Chad class males.
Which, perfect name to pick. Loved it.
And then the hosts being older ones, that they're too old now to attract the quality males anymore. So they oftentimes find a lower quality male, a beta, to help raise the child. Oh my gosh. It was so funny.
Yeah. Roasties.
Roasties. And Carl's like, where did you get this? Like, we used an AI consultant who consumed all your media.
Well, then you got ripped off.
Well, what did he ask him? Who was your consultant, a 15-year-old boy?
Was it some 15-year-old kid?
So Carl, obviously, he didn't want to do this in the first place.
Yeah, but now he's dead set against doing it entirely because
it's so stupid.
It's such crap. He's not gonna sign off on whatever.
He starts getting a little mouthy in there, by saying he's not gonna do it, and they're saying, "Oh, we paid good money for this, and you have to." And Carl says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Your rented slave labor isn't participating like how you wanted. Well, let me look for some sympathy."
Nope. All out.
All out.
Yeah. And then he gets one on video games.
And then, yeah, he's like, well, what else you got?
Yeah.
Because he feels bad for the guy, because the guy's like... Because, again, no bad guys, man. He's just trying to do his job. He had this great little, like, podcast going, and then because it just got popular because he was doing earth culture stuff, I just felt bad for him. So he's like, all right, what else you got?
Yeah. So there we go. Carl being a helper again.
Carl's a helper.
He's a helper. He's gotta help.
Yeah.
As much as he doesn't want to be empathetic, he is.
This is the scene where we find out about the princess posse.
Oh,
too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Because
she tells Carl she thinks it's a good idea for the princess posse to get some culture in with their daily donut fix.
Yes, it's like princess posse. Zev says that one seems to be winning out. No thanks to you. Some are going with the donut holes, which I do not approve of.
And then they're like, I don't know, he's still mad, so he's like stealing stuff and or considering. He's then taking some stuff and he's considering other things, and in his head he's going, I wasn't normally a steal stuff sort of guy. Like, yeah, you are.
He literally steals and loots everything he can find.
Everything. And just like right next thing, I picked up the couch and stole it. I pulled the bowl of cat treats off the counter and added it to my inventory for good measure. So he's still in the furniture.
Hey, you never know what might come in handy in the dungeon.
Apparently not. Because, damn. Carl. Oh, I think this is where we also find out in this section that Donut has made the decision that she's put Sledgy in her chat.
Oh, was it this
So she's
section?
missing, yeah, because she gets a message from Sledgy.
Oh, about Frank.
That Frank is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then is it on the recap show that they see what happened, or is it...
No, Sledgy tells Donut in the chat, right?
Yeah, but I was wanting to... I thought that they saw it too, but maybe not. Maybe it wasn't.
Yes, Leslie just messaged me. And Frank said, you know that crawler who was talking to him? They got into a fight and the crawler killed him. I can't believe it. And then Donut says, it was Chris. Chris killed him. Sledgy said he did it and walked right out. Now he's banned from the club. Sledgy said he's a rock monster like him, but a different kind.
Right.
So...
That's right. So we have Chris and Frank making a
return. I do want to go back a little bit before we got into them doing their scripts and stuff. Mm-hmm. Because this donut moment was so freaking amazing and cute, and I just loved it. Uh-huh. so she was asking Carl, has there ever been a cat underwater before, like under the ocean?
Oh, yes.
And Carl tells her about Unsinkable Sam.
Yes.
The World War II cat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a famous cat from World War II who survived multiple ship sinkings. And Donut's like, I didn't know about this. So he was a hero cat. And it said every boat he served on ended up at the bottom of the ocean, so I don't know if that makes him a hero. And Donut's like, but he survived? And Carl says, yep. And then he's like, ended up dying of old age. And so Donut says, sounds like a hero to me. And I just loved it, that little moment, just like,
yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm the Unsinkable Sam, a hero cat. Like, she's found someone to look up to, I guess. You know, I don't know. Like, that's just so funny. I loved it.
Yeah, but because I highlighted it too. And again, I think it shows a level of maturity for Donut. Like, sometimes just surviving is enough.
Yeah.
You know, like that can be a hero to her. So I had highlighted that too, because I thought, oh, Donut's popping off.
Well, yeah.
Girl.
So, are you a fan of the Princess Posse or Donut Holes?
Oh, Donut Holes.
Donut Holes?
Absolutely.
Fair enough. I like the shirts that people have made where it's Donut's butt.
Yes, with the donut around it, yeah.
And of course they have the little X on the butt, like a normal, like all the cat drawings, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Of course.
Yeah. So my mom trolls me constantly about cat butts because it's a running joke in our family that, you know, if you sit down, if a cat comes near you, it is only to put their butt in your face. Just constantly. And so she always trolls me. She sends me links like a butt jewelry for cats. So you can hang it on their tail, and it's a little charm that covers their butt.
Oh my god.
My mom sends me this kind of stuff. So yes, absolutely. Donut Holes is like the absolute.
Yeah, you have to go
I have
with Donut Holes
I
for
have
sure.
to. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if anyone's cat would actually let that slide, because I feel like both of my cats.
No, my cats would not.
They would. Oh.
I'd never even get it on them.
Oh yeah, no.
But yeah.
And it gets so covered in poop if it does get to stay.
Right?
Like, you think it would get kind of gross.
Yeah.
I like the idea. The concept.
It's a funny idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, my cat would not tolerate it. However, the one cat, my Penny, she literally does enjoy sticking her butt in my face. That's like
her favorite hobby.
It really is. I mean, she'll jump up on the chair, on the arm of my chair, and she'll like butt me with her head, and then she will literally turn around and lift her tail so that her butt is right here. And if we're laying in bed or something, she won't curl up next to me. She'll sit on my face. So like she'll sit right here. And she's a fluffy cat. So yeah, that's a definite for me.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. There's my explanation for my choice.
I think it's a great explanation. It's a great reasoning.
Which one's yours?
You know, I don't know. I think Donut Holes is funny, but Princess Posse, man, it just kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
It does.
I do like Princess Posse.
She does have a way of collecting people.
And I mean, let's be real, it's another supernatural thing for me because Dean loves posse. He loves his posse.
He does.
As he mentioned in the Western one.
Yeah, he does love him a posse.
He's a posse magnet.
Yeah.
And I want to be a part of the posse.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
So there's my reason.
There's your reasoning.
Gotta stick with my husband.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, we start to hear about, I think it's Quan Chi, who's like, the whole station is breaking down. Trains aren't running. People are getting stranded. Quan Chi's out there being a dick. I think it's at some point, Ellie, I think, or maybe it's Amani, later on says she thinks it was designed to be this way, like in order to get through, because you had to have a key, or, you know, that was one of the things you could get through the portal was with a key. So she thinks the game was designed that the crawlers would have to start wrecking trains and that people would get stranded and have to figure it out. So
I mean, it definitely could be.
Yeah.
Because of how, like, the conductor hats were a type of key that they could have used, and the game was
buying them
out. So, yeah, they wouldn't have had any other choices than to try and wreck the trains.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
So, anyway, that was I think it was Amani that made that comment later on. But anyway. But then they're on their way back to their personal space. And guess who? Guess who? For reals this time.
For reals this time. And not just Hecla, but all of the daughters.
All the daughters.
And Katia let them all in. And Carl just is like, well.
Oh my gosh. I highlighted every single thing in these next few chapters. This is my favorite part of the whole book. This was my favorite part.
I only highlighted one thing.
Oh my gosh.
And it was something Donut said. Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, I was highlighting like 4 or 5 times a page. Every page. Because I'm just like, holy shit. So much is starting to happen here, and I love it. Love it. Love it, love it!
Yeah. Alright, so Donut was obviously very excited to see Hecla.
Obviously, she idolizes Hecla, so she's terrible excited.
Carl was less than thrilled.
Carl is not thrilled at all. At all. And the interactions going on, he's getting weird vibes from them. And they are kind of being weird. Hecla's almost like looking over their space like proprietary, like, you know, yeah. You can just almost see.
You could see the wheels turning for
You
Hecla.
could see her envisioning how she's going to have this personal space once she gets Donut on her. I mean, it was just kind of icky. And Eva's just being creepy. Just absolutely creepy.
Yeah. Like, she's not hiding it at all. Hecla's at least, like, kind of being secretive with her intentions. But Eva's, she's not at all. No. She's just like, I'm going to try and be the most intimidating, like, crazy person. Pretty much that you're ever going to meet. So that way you're scared of me and you know that I am in charge.
Carl figures out right away that she's the one that does the dirty work. Obviously, she's got all the skulls, and Hecla has none. And Carl's like right away going, somebody doesn't get their hands dirty.
Yep.
Yeah. Eva is the one that does all the dirty work.
Yep, she's the minion, the sidekick.
I mean, just that. Did you highlight towards the beginning when Carl tells Donut? Because I think Donut says something about joining their personal spaces or something like that, and Carl in the chat was like telling her to shut up. Don't be saying like that until we know what their intentions are. And she comes back.
No, I didn't. I didn't highlight that, but that's hilarious.
Carl was telling her, don't wait to see what Hecla wants before we all jump into bed together. And Donut says, OMG, you should date Hecla. The audience would love that. Think of the views.
I read that and I was just like, oh, Donut. I know you are not this, like, naive.
But that's when, but she doesn't know anything that Carl knows.
That's true, because Carl isn't talking to Donut
and
like
she idolizes. And it's right, the very next thing is Carl saying, I had to confront something that I didn't want to, and that why I didn't tell Donut about any of this. Why he didn't tell Mordecai about what Odette said. Because secretly he thinks that everybody would be better off without him. And that Donut would be better off. And he didn't want to lose her. And that's why he didn't say anything. But now he's getting the weird vibes and wishing he had said it, because now Donut would understand what was going on.
Yeah. It's just awkward.
But it was like once he kind of met them, it was like those thoughts, those negative thoughts were just gone. He's like, nope, she would not be better off.
Yeah, which I'm really glad that he noticed.
Thank goodness that you recognize those thoughts as bad, Carl. That's progress.
How about we just not have them in the first place and just accept that Donut is your ride or die?
That's right.
And you are hers. And like this, you're in it together at this point. Neither one of you is gonna leave the other unless death happens. You know, like lifers.
That's right. So he's getting the vibes. He's thinking his thoughts. Telling Donut stop, and then I just thought it was so neat. Like apparently, you know, when you're talking to somebody in your chat, your eyes go unfocused and stuff. And so he's like watching them and knowing that they're chatting and knowing that they're watching Carl and Katya and Donut and knowing that they're chatting. And it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then Katya talking about things that she's told Hekla. Or Hekla makes comments and he's wondering how much has Katya told them.
Because it sounds like Katya's been telling Hekla everything.
Everything. And it was interesting, the comment that he didn't say it, but he was thinking it, wondering if Hekla had spies strategically placed everywhere. You know, like, was she like recruiting and then sending people out to do that?
Yeah, which something that I never even considered.
But oh my gosh, there was this part in here too, and it's like Carl's making these comments and Eva's like little tiny smile that doesn't reach her eyes, and he says something like just make sure that you don't kill me so you can have Donut all to yourself. And Hekla just kind of laughs, but Eva like glares and stiffens up like he found out their plan or something.
Right, like, okay.
But there was a part, I mean, just how they were already talking to Katya too.
It says, because Carl finally tells Donut to be careful because he's getting a bad vibe from Eva. And she goes, right? She's scary. She keeps looking at you like you're can of Fancy Feast. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's picking it up. But they come up with the plan. Is this they had the plan first? Yes. So they came up with this plan that there was some of the still missing daughters were stranded with a whole group of like 1,000 crawlers, and Hekla's roping Carl into this plan because there's some friends of his that are there as well. Li Jun, Li Na, and Zong are there, so she's roping him in to go do it, but they're surrounded because again, the trains are breaking down, so the mobs can't get on and off the train, so their DTs are going, and they're all walking the tracks and stuff. And so the train that they have won't get through that. And so Carl's like, well, you want me to build you a cow catcher? Is that what you're wanting? And they're like, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Indeed.
And I mean, honestly, this is the coolest idea. And Katya said it was her idea. So basically, Katya is going to be the cow catcher. You're going to strap her to the front of the train and have her be the tank that plows through all these mobs.
Right, because with her rush ability and battering ram, like whatever, all these things, like she... As long as the train is moving, then
so her constitution goes skyrockets when she's on a train because of the momentum, and it's of the rush ability gives her.
So that was freaking awesome.
I just thought it was a great idea, but I understand like Carl is less than enthused. He's like, she's gonna get hurt. And it's like, I think part of it was just that he didn't want to do what Hekla wanted to do. But I do think he was worried about Katya, that it was too dangerous for her.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I think Katya was right in this instance too, because she brought it up to Carl before they actually went through with the plan, saying that, well, it's not your plan, so it's not good enough.
Right, exactly.
And so Carl had to kind of give up some control here, because he wasn't the one that came up with this plan, and I think he kind of struggles with that. He's a little bit of a control freak sometimes with things.
Yeah. So she's talking about the design, and he says, I don't like it no matter what the design is.
You're not
Katya said, this is just like when Donut wanted to climb up that train and turn the roundabout. You're a backseat dungeon driver. You only don't like it, the idea, because you didn't come up with it. And he thinks, ouch.
Yeah.
Because she's not wrong. And then
And I mean, Carl's not wrong either in being concerned for Katya, but I do think that he needs to learn to let others do things too.
But this is where I was like, I really got my first inkling that she's being used, and she's being manipulated, and she's being emotionally gaslit to be used. Because he says, I don't like it because you're gonna fucking die, Katya. I don't understand. You used to be scared of fighting just regular mobs. And she says, you're right. You don't understand, Carl. They came back for me. She brought the entire team to pick me up. That is more than anyone has ever done for me. And there's more, but it gives this idea like Katya is loyal to them. She's given all of herself for these scraps that they've given her. Like, they came back for you? Well,
that's kind of like the bare minimum, sweetheart.
Exactly. Exactly. But then almost like making Katya think that, well, we must love you so much because we did the bare minimum. And it just is like emotionally manipulating her.
Yeah. Which shows us, you know, later on we'll learn more about it, but how Katya's life was before she even entered the dungeon.
Right.
She was, you know, happy with just getting the bare minimum because she hardly ever got the bare minimum. Right.
And that's where I think that it just, like, Hekla and Eva both used that against her. I really think, you know, they did.
100% they did. Like, this might have been Katya's idea, but they pushed her to it.
Right.
Because they already had a whole nother plan going on.
She was willing to do whatever she could. I mean, she was just going to do whatever she needed to do for them. You know, because they showed her just the tiniest bit of care. I'm like, honey, they didn't come back for you because they love you. They came back for you because you're the tank of the team.
Yeah.
Like they don't. But it's like she can't.
She just wants to be accepted by them so badly and wants to be loved by them so badly and feel important and someone worthy. And, you know.
Yes.
That's why she feels like she has to do these things.
Yes.
Even if they are dangerous or whatever, so.
Although, okay, so in the middle of this, because we always have to lighten it up a little bit in the middle of stuff, Zev comes in the chat and says, damn it, Carl, you need to be having those moments out loud. Because they're all in their chat when Katya's telling him that he's a backseat dungeon driver. You need to be having these moments out loud. And he says, go fuck yourself, Zev. I said to the ceiling, how's that for talking out loud?
Yeah, and then we find out about Loida. Also,
Loida is
our first little hint with what's gonna come.
Yes, Loida is the Zev for Hekla's group. So right after the little insert with Zev, he basically ignores her. And Carl says, okay, if we do this, Donut and I will ride in the engineer's car. And I would like Katya to stay in our team until we're done. All this transferring around will just take too long. So, you know, gotta have an excuse there. Clever Carl.
Oh,
but
so clever.
He said, I turned to look at Katya, as long as that's cool with you. And to my surprise, she walked up to me and hugged me long and tight. Thank you, she whispered in my ear. I had no idea for what. Really? Really, Carl?
Someone chose her.
Well, and letting her take the lead, accepting her idea, you know, giving her some agency.
Yeah. Has a voice now.
Making her feel like a part of the team, which he had said before he knew he wasn't doing a very good job of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, really, Carl, you don't know what you do? Yeah. Come on, man.
Sometimes Carl is just
he
being
is
a man
bit,
and not...
Yeah. He does, but I think I'm just like, and that's not even the best part. I mean, the best part, oh my God, it just, everything goes to shit, and it's amazing.
Yes. Okay, well, we did, before we go into all of the great things, there was another funny donut moment that I wanted to share that I highlighted. And it was when Donut said, I just realized you're the only boy here.
I have that too.
All these people and there's only one penis. You could start a harem.
Donut, but oh my gosh, what she says after that. Did you highlight it to the end?
Yeah, it says,
oh my God.
No, I suppose not. You couldn't even keep one woman interested. I'm like, damn, Donut.
That's cold, man.
She's always throwing in these things about how many other men B was with.
She is.
I'm like, girl.
She is.
Why are you doing this to Carl? Like, come on.
But there's one more line before we get into the rest. The very last line of that chapter. Because we know that Eva and Katya entered the dungeon together because they were professors at the university. Mm-hmm. And so they ask her, well, was Hekla a professor? Did she work at the college too? Mm-hmm. And Katya says, no, she was Eva's psychiatrist. Hello! That's an interesting tidbit.
I read that and I set the book down and I'm like, oh my God, okay.
There is so much said in that one line.
Yep.
So much.
Yep. This is like a freaking Batman villain kind of a thing. We have Harley Quinn, whatever. Like,
oh my gosh.
Joker. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening?
I was like, oh, there's so much. There's so much in that statement right there.
Yeah.
First of all, that Katya is oblivious.
Yeah. Like how? Okay.
That's what? This isn't cluing you in on anything, hon?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of manipulation happening here.
Oh.
Like, not only is Katya being manipulated by Hekla, but Eva also, because Hekla obviously knows exactly
how to push those
buttons to push. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like a little puppet on a string. No wonder she's doing all of Hekla's dirty work.
Eva might be a bit unstable.
Yeah, just a bit.
You know,
just a bit.
Like, I mean, you know, psychiatry is a bit of a step up from therapy.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, obviously she was functioning well, or Katya would have known something was up. But now you're in a very high stress life or death situation with someone who has some instability, with someone who knows how to manipulate, because she's a flippin' psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
And he ended that section like right there.
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's a bit of a bombshell to drop.
Right?
But it just, yeah, it was so much, well, it was so validating for the whole section before, when you know Katya's been manipulated emotionally to play on her need for acceptance and love, and that's been played on, and, but it's validation. I was like, see, I knew it was going on. I knew it was going on. Oh. Go this whole section, and it just like keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Like the tension just keeps.
Yeah,
I love this part. I love it so much.
It was so good. I love it so much. This is also the section where we meet up with Tizquick, where Hekla.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, yes. That was another.
That was
clue.
A little clue, a little important moment there.
Yeah.
So Hekla's just stepping right over Tizquick, one of the NPCs, and Carl actually stops to talk to him and comfort him, because he's finally realized that, Tizquick has finally realized that his daughter...
He never had a daughter.
He never had a daughter.
Yeah,
exactly. It was all made up. And so... And I think he's also kind of realizing that, obviously, like, his life isn't his life, and this is all kind of just, you know, the end.
Yeah.
Right. And he's come to terms with that, and he's not handling it very well, which, I mean, understandably.
Yeah.
It's a lot to have whatever, and so Carl does actually stop and talk with him, which was a good thing that he did.
Comfort him a little.
Yeah. Just another instance of Carl being empathetic and stuff, and Hecla being a bitch.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what does she tell Carl?
Oh, you're gonna give yourself an ulcer. Focus on what you can accomplish, not that which is beyond your control.
Right. Also, big bombshell on the Carl family scene when he's talking to Tizquick. And Tizquick says, my little girl was never real, I just don't understand. And he says, no, I suppose you don't, and that really sucks. I thought of Frank Q killing his daughter so his daughter could have a chance. I thought of my own mother and what she did. This is my birthday present to you. I'm giving you a chance at life. I'm sorry it took me so long. Both of them had failed miserably, but this guy had it even worse. He'd been tricked into believing something that just wasn't real. He never even had the opportunity to screw it up. Before this was done, people like him would kill people like me by the thousands, and people like me would cleave through his kind, wrecking even more damage. All the while, the real culprits sat back and watched and laughed. So it was like...
What did your mother do?
Little more of, you know, Carl thinking about, you know, this fucking sucks. And the people who we need to punish are not even here. We can't even kill the people that are really
we
doing
still can't hate the enemy face to face yet.
But he's thinking of Frank Q killing people so his daughter could have a chance. And he immediately thinks of his own mother and what she did.
So that he could have a chance.
Again, just these little bitty drops.
I'm slowly piecing it together.
Yeah. So, they get on the train. Katya forms herself into the cow catcher, the plow on the front of the train. And the problem is that the tunnel is so narrow that only the train goes through it, so there's no way that, like, they can just shove the mobs and the ghouls aside.
All of the debris and
because there's nowhere to go. So she has to create this little scoop to try and... Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's a mess. A literal mess.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
It is amazing. And I was not expecting it to be so gory and bloody and amazing.
Knee deep in blood and
Katya is like putting all of the blood in her inventory and like everything because I mean, there's nowhere else for it to go, and that's the only way that, I mean, they're gonna survive, because, like, they're drowning. Literally, like, about to drown and whatever, and there's body parts that are, like, heads and stuff that are still alive, like, of the ghouls that they have to kill, and it's just, it is a hot mess express.
Well, and then, like, Katya's plow just basically fills up, and so they start coming up over, breaking through the window into the engineer car, and so there's, and some of them now, because she's so full and the train's so full, they're plowing through, like, the whole tunnel is just solid ghouls all the way down, and they're trying to plow through it like a snowdrift.
And Katya passes out, so there's a point where she can't keep putting things in her inventory or whatever because she's just
unconscious because she's getting shocked.
Yeah, she's getting shocked
because something got stuck under her plow and was hitting her and the line at the same time. So she was shocked to the point that her health dropped unconscious. And in this engineer car was Carl Donut, Eva, Hecla, and Silpha.
The fairy.
The healer.
Oh, yeah.
So she was supposed to be the one watching Katya and healing her through this.
Through Carl's request, because apparently Hecla had already said, let's do that if it hits this level, like 5%, like something super low. And Carl's like, no, fuck that, we're healing her now, and giving orders.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Sylphia, or whatever her name is.
Silpha.
She's like, I don't know, Hecla said not to do this, so...
Scared.
And again, there we have our little inkling that something's not right here, because... Why don't they want to save Katya?
Yeah, why are we letting
her get so close to death?
Before they even started, Carl was telling him, all right, this is what's going to happen, and you need to be watching her and healing her. And then that wasn't her, it was dropping, and he was getting, I think, a notification that she was unconscious or crashing out. So he's throwing his own healing spells at her, his scrolls, at her to keep her health up.
Yeah, and he's like, where the heck is this healer? Where is this fairy?
Yeah.
What's she doing?
Yeah, and
she disappeared.
Complete chaos, because they've got all of these like half alive ghouls flying into the train, so they're having to fight, and then it's just piling up. Oh my God.
It was amazing,
though. It was amazing. And all of these little undercurrents going on through just the fight to get through. And then you get through this one big thing. That was when she was unconscious. And you get a little clear track, and you're kind of thinking, oh, okay, good. And then Eva or Hecla says, okay, now comes the really jammed part. And you're like... Oh my God!
It's like, what do you mean?
Oh my God!
What do you mean?
Oh my God! So yeah, it was just crazy. But she's taken blood and body parts and everything into her inventory, just trying to clear the track.
Yeah, because it can't go anywhere else. It can't go anywhere else.
No, and in the meantime, while all this is going on, Katya goes unconscious again. And Donut is the one that yells out that Hecla shot her.
Because Donut's glasses
can see the invisible.
And can see the invisible bolt. Not an arrow.
Not an arrow, it's a bolt.
My God, not an arrow, a bolt.
I want to smack her with her damn bolt. Who cares if it's an arrow or a bolt? It was just another one of those little picks. You know, like... You're not smart enough to know the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, Donut. It's a bolt.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. Anyway, that was later. It was in the middle of all this that Ellie comes into the chat, and she's talking about different things that they had found or something like that. I don't remember what it was exactly. They're kind of finishing off, and Ellie and Amani say what they're going to do. Carl says it sounds like a great idea. We'll talk as soon as we can. And Ellie says, okay, stay frosty. And Donut says, is that your new catchphrase? I love it. She says, yeah, I'm throwing a few out there to see what sticks. So then it's coming up on the main horde.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's wild that whole conversation with Ellie and Amani and stuff was happening even before they got to the main horde. Like they're already been crashing through a whole bunch of ghouls and whatever, and then they're just like here's a little break.
Got a report for you.
Yeah.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
I love it. So yeah, but this is where Katya really starts crashing out, and Donut sees an arrow, but she thinks it's a mistake, so she doesn't say anything. And then
because this was the second time that Hecla had shot Katya.
She says it the second time when she sees it. Yeah, she says that she shot her.
She said that. I saw it with my sunglasses. She did it earlier, and I thought it was a mistake, but she did it again. It was mixed in with her regular arrows. It went into her scoop. The arrow's still stuck in her. I think she did it on purpose. So then Carl has Katya disengage, like lose some of her mass or whatever.
They've made it through the horde at this point. So they make it through the horde, And in the meantime, Katya is just going down and down and down.
Yeah. And she's starting to have the amnesia effects because she's like,
right.
like, where am I? Like, what's happening? Carl,
yeah.
why is nobody talking to me?
Yeah.
Or why isn't Eva answering me?
Silva has disappeared. She disappeared. She's not healing her anymore. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, they get through. And then they're pulling in. This whole showdown is like going on as they're pulling into the station to pick up these 1,000 crawlers. So I'm like, as this whole thing is going, the crawlers are just getting on the train. And there's in the engineer car, this whole thing is like going down. And I love it because Donut's saying all of this. Katya has come off the train and is in there with them too. And Donut's saying all this has been going on. Katya doesn't know. Carl knows what the deal is. But he says, Donut, be cool. Doesn't have to turn into a fight. She was trying something, and whatever it was, it didn't work. We don't want to fight her.
And then Donut pulls a Carl moment, flies off the handle, and yells,
she does.
You tried to kill Katya, you fucking bitch! And she blasted Hecla full-strength missile to the face. And I loved it. I just wish it would have done some damage.
I know, but it was amazing. But yet, shortly after that, it's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking why she flew off the handle like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's when we realized that Donut knew Bee's intentions. Correct? Exactly. Because, Carl's getting her under control. He's trying to calm things down. And he says, like, she wouldn't stop shaking. He's like, I used to think you were awesome, Hecla, but you're just like all the rest. You pretend to be good, but you're not. It was a lie. All a lie. Why? Why can't we trust anyone? You told Katya you wanted her, you made her feel special and loved, but you just wanted to use her and trade her in. Yeah. And then Carl is like, it was starting to dawn on me why Donut was having such a visceral reaction. And Donut says, she didn't do anything wrong, Carl. She did her best. It's not fair. I wanted to bawl. I wanted to just bawl. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't catch it the first time that I read it, and I went back through because I'm like, what is Carl talking about? And then it hit me after that, and I was just like, oh, Donut.
I just wanted...
It makes me want to cry right now.
I know.
Like,
I just wanted to bawl. It's not her fault. She did her best. It just... Oh.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking.
Between Carl and his reaction about why people just can't be loyal, and Donut saying what was wrong. She did her best. Why wasn't that? Yeah.
Bee really screwed both of them up.
Yes.
Like, what a bitch. I still hope she shows up so we can watch her die slow and bloody.
She's showing up.
She better.
She will be.
She better. I want a miserable death for this girl.
But, I think Carl was well screwed up before that.
100%.
But it did not.
I don't think that
it did not help any.
No.
By any means.
He didn't deserve that.
But it also is just like, I mean, as paranoid as he is and how much he doesn't trust anybody else basically in the dungeon, every single time something happens though, he's like, why? It's like he told Silva later on, that they'll be able to group up with somebody. He said, it won't be us though. We'll never trust each other, and that sucks. It really does. It's exactly what they want to happen, and it breaks my fucking heart. And it's like, even though he doesn't trust anybody, even though he is so paranoid, he still is like, the best thing is for us to just work together and get along, and it does. It breaks his heart every time something happens that he knows he won't be able to work with these people in a close group. Yeah. Again. So it's just,
Well, Carl is just so, like, he's loyal through and through.
Absolutely.
And I think it's hard for him to fully understand how someone cannot be that way.
Yeah.
How people can just, like, take that loyalty that he's so freely given and just throw it out the window like it means nothing.
Yeah. Or to not be loyal.
Yeah.
How can someone not be loyal?
Yeah. He's like, it's not that hard.
Well, and that's one of the things he said about Katya, too. When he was, you know, thinking about her and how maybe she would like to, where he was feeling bad about her not knowing that he was not making her feel like part of the party. And the thing was, he liked her. He really did. And one of the things he said was, she did what she said she was going to do. And if she said she was going to do it, she didn't run. And it's like...
Yep.
Anyway, the magic missile did not do any damage.
Did not, unfortunately.
Did not do any damage. But Carl's trying to be all calm and
we'll try to keep Donut calm.
Yeah,
too.
But he's saying, look, you know, you shot your shot. You tried. It didn't work. I don't know what any of this was about. I don't know what your plan was. He still can't figure out what her plan was. But he's like, you tried. It didn't work. So let's just go our separate ways. And basically, Katya's you come with us.
Yeah. Because, I mean, a part of the bolt's effects was amnesia. That was the first thing. And so Katya this whole time is just like so confused.
She can't figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and she also has a whole other level of like, well, why would Hekla do that to me? Like, you know, they came back for me. Why would she want to hurt me?
Right.
Like, I'm part of her team and I'm one of the daughters, like, whatever. So there's, like, a whole nother level as to, like, what's going on kind of confusion. And that was hard, too. And
Eva.
Oh, yeah, Eva. Using everything that she knew about Katya because
everything in her arsenal.
Everything. Just attacking her.
Yeah, just being cruel.
So cruel.
All Hekla says is, like... Because, again, she's confused and saying, you used me for what? And Eva's, like, mocking her and making fun of her. And the only thing Hekla does is says, drop it. Remember your anger. Let's go. It's done. And she didn't. But, oh, God. Hekla didn't do anything.
Well, no. Eva is unstable, and Hekla honestly didn't care that much about Katya.
That's when Eva says, too, that... Katya thought they got separated on the 3rd floor, and Eva left her.
Like, it wasn't an accident. It was very intentional that they got separated.
This is why I left you behind on the 3rd floor. This is why you're such a damn fuck up. This is why nobody likes you. You're so damn confused all the fucking time. Now for once in your pitiful life, do the right thing and get away from those two. And then, Katya had a special ability she didn't like to use very often. Rush, it was called. It turned her body into a battering ram.
Yep, when I read that, I'm like, oh, here we go! And of course, we're expecting Eva to be taken out.
But yeah, but this is like Carl narrating this, you know, and it's just such a very calm, matter-of-fact description of Katya's ability, but every once in a while, this happens. And that's what happened. Every once in a while, it veers off center. And that's what happened.
That was the best way to write that scene.
Oh my gosh.
I loved it. It added like so much intensity and also a bit of the... It just really built it up.
It did, but it was just
like
so...
a couple of sentences.
It was so undramatic.
Yeah. But that's what made it dramatic. Like, it was just kind of like almost deadpan the way that it was.
And that's what happened this time. Katya screamed something incomprehensible and she activated Rush. She was aiming at her former friend Eva. She missed her by inches. Instead, She inadvertently became the first crawler on the season of Dungeon Crawler World to kill one of the top 10 and claim a bounty. In this case, it was Hecla, the Amazonian shield maiden. And it was just so blah. And then this is the moment that he just decides to note that she'd been level 24 when she got onto the front of the train. And now, when the special gold skull appeared over her head, he noticed she was level 37.
Which makes her a higher level than Carl.
Than Carl at the moment.
One of the highest levels in the whole dungeon.
Yeah. But it was just like, what?
Yes! That's why I'm saying, like, that whole part was written so perfectly.
I know.
Like, if he would have had the normal, like, Carl, like, oh, fuck, kind of a, like, loud scream intensity, that would not have been
or
as
done
good
the
of a...
whole like chaotic, like trying to stop her or trying to do some, trying to get in between them or something. But nope,
Yeah,
it was just
have
a very
the very calm,
straight,
measured,
calm,
like
narrating
description.
the documentary.
Yes,
It was like,
oh my gosh, yes.
so I was like, and at first I thought, okay, she veered off and missed them and went through the train or something. And then the very next sentence was, became the first crawler to kill a top 10. I went,
yeah. Oh, I knew as soon as it said that, as soon as it said that she missed Eva, I'm like, oh, Hecla's gone. Hecla's gone. And then they were like, yeah, Hecla, taken out, whatever. And I'm like,
oh my god.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh, but the fact that Katya could kill Hecla when Donut's missile, full strength missile, did nothing.
Like, it was straight to her face.
Didn't even hurt her.
No.
Knocked her back. Knocked her back a couple steps. That was it.
Yeah. And now,
I'm swinging my legs under the table.
Right? Oh my god. But yeah, no, like, Katya literally smushed Hecla. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, her body had to be peeled off the wall.
Yeah.
Like, freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. And then, of course, this was when everything, all hell breaks loose, pretty much. Because all of the daughters are finding out what's happening. So they're trying to get into the engine car and get to Carl, Donut, and Katya. Eva's going insane because...
Oh, Eva left.
Oh, was this? No, not yet. Eva's still there.
Is
then
she?
Donut, yep, and then Donut, this is where Donut does something absolutely brilliant because she uses her...
Oh! Mic drop.
Yeah, she uses her raise the dead skill or whatever, and then the clockwork triplicate because Eva tries to hit Katya with a sword or something.
Yeah.
And Hecla's arm reaches up and grabs it. And I'm thinking like, oh shit, Hecla's still alive, but it was
what
Donut.
I thought too.
Yes, and
I did too.
It was Donut who had resurrected it was using, I don't even remember what the spell is called, but had brought Hecla back to life kind of, and then used the clockwork triplicate, and one of the Heclas threw Eva out the window.
Yes, that's right.
Of the train.
That's right.
And so then that's when Eva disappeared.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, this whole move by Donut was so phenomenal. It was so phenomenal. Like, I could not get over how smart that was. Holy Moses.
Yeah, well, even Carl says, holy shit, Donut.
Yeah.
She'd cast second chance on Hecla's corpse, and then she cast clockwork triplicate on the minion, creating 3 Heclas. It was brilliant. It was fucked up, but it was brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
But yeah, all the other daughters were trying to get in, and oh my gosh, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then they're trying to loot Hecla's corpse to get the arrow,
well, her breastplate and her crossbow. And she had a engineer key too to the train that they were on. Mm-hmm. So they were like, we gotta get that key.
Yeah. And then the daughters end up bringing part of Hecla's body on their side, and Carl doesn't.
Well, they're trying to drag her body in while they're trying to shut the door, and it like
slices it in half. So, of course, and then the half that the daughters got is the half that had the crossbow or whatever. So we thought.
So they think.
And Katya.
The breastplate got messed up.
Yeah.
But and in the middle of all of this, all these 1,000 crawlers that they went to save are just getting on the train. Katya gets a good line in there when he says something like, "Too bad we lost the crossbow," and she pulls it out and she goes, "You mean this crossbow?"
Yes. I was so excited when I read that. I'm like, hell yeah, Katya. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
There you go. Well, then that's when they find out that Silpha is actually still in the engineer car. She had just been hiding. And so through Silpha, we find out what the plan had been was to, because they had bought into the propaganda of the recap show. So, which shows Carl as this like hair trigger rampaging nutball that, you know, will just fly off the handle. And so their whole plan was to use that to get him to lose his temper. And then they could kill him and make it look like they were just defending themselves. It was an accident, and Donut would never know that it had been the actual plan.
Yeah.
So Silpha's the one that tells him all of that. And it's Silpha that Carl's talking to later on, saying, you know, because they're like, we don't know what to do now. Hekla's gone. What are we going to do? And he's telling, there's 1,000 other crawlers out there. I'm sure someone would like to join up with healers. And her actual daughters were with her, who are mages. He said, I'm sure you can team up with somebody, but it won't be us. Because we're never going to be able to trust each other, and that fucking sucks. Yeah, because there's one, when he was talking to her about Hekla, and he said, look, I didn't know her very well, but someone once told me that she was a very practical person. She was playing this like a game of chess, and she was willing to sacrifice others for what she thought was the greater good. And Silpha says, Hekla would never hurt me. My girls, her 2 daughters, actual daughters, wouldn't allow it. But she told you to stop healing Katya, didn't she? Probably waited until the end to make sure we got through that last horde first, right? So Hekla was just cold. Like, absolute cold.
Yeah, but
then she said, Eva told me to do it, not Hekla. Like, yeah. Of course she did, because
Hekla told Eva to tell you that. So that way it looked like hands clean, you know?
Yeah.
They met up with Li Jun. They found him and his sister and his friend. And then that was when Carl and them decided that they were going to go back for Batista in the group. Because he's going to save them all.
Is that the one where Donut and Katya laughed at him and said, well, if we're going to get killed, it might as well be doing a good, or for a good cause, or is that later?
I think, oh yeah, it is. It's at the start of the next chapter.
Yeah.
Because it says, you're going to get us killed one way or the other, Carl. It might as well be for a good cause.
So yeah, they decide they're going to go save everybody. Because he can hear Mordecai in his head saying, you can't save them all. And he's like, fuck you, Mordecai.
Yeah, you will not break me.
Yeah.
I will save them all.
I will save them all.
I will save them all.
So I thought this was funny too. So they go back to their personal space and they're all like just drenched. I mean, because they've been in this like waist deep blood and gore. And so they're walking through and they go to get cleaned up.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so Katya starts cleaning when they enter the personal space. She tells them, don't track blood on the floors. She says, God, I can hear my mother now. Katya, take off your shoes. You're going to grow up and have a filthy home. Turns out she was right. And at that moment it hit me. Katya was now and forever a part of the team. Nobody needed to say it out loud. We all knew. And while this would never be home, this space was just for us and only us, the 3 of us. And he said, I grinned. My dad once made me sleep in a tent in the yard because I had a nosebleed that wouldn't stop. Miss Beatrice once used scissors to get poop off my butt, Donut said. Uh-huh, I said. Once? We're having a moment here, Carl. Don't ruin it.
No, the funny thing though, all of the hats that they got from all the crawlers, Donut's initial thing with that. So like, obviously all of these hats are worth a lot of money, or they were worth a lot of money at the start of the game, like 5,000 gold a piece. And now they have like enough to be equal to like 3 million gold or whatever, 3.5 million, I guess there is. And so Donut is clocking all of this, and she turns to Carl and starts telling him, like, Carl, we should sell these for over 3 million gold. Like, we should, I bet we could sell them for even more. Carl will be rich. We're gonna be rich, Carl. And Carl has to be like, yo, chill, Donut. Like, we need these hats. We can't sell them. And all of that. So I just thought that was hilarious. Oh, again, we have Donut, seeing Donut just addicted to the negotiating and the selling
to the deal.
To the deal. She can't get enough.
Oh gosh,
it's cracking me up.
Another thing about when they were in their personal space is the recap show happened. And there was a whole like tribute section to Hecla. Like, they had always made Hecla out to be some kind of shining hero, you know, the Amazonian shield maiden. And just, I think it just reinforces like how they're pushing this narrative. Hecla was, you know, a brave and courageous fighter, and Carl flying off the handle and
completely unhinged,
you know,
bomber.
Yeah. And so how they were really, you know,
it makes you wonder, like, how much of what they're seeing in the recap, like, is Lucia Mar actually as crazy as she is portrayed, and stuff. Like, this is when it's really starting to hit Carl that maybe what they're seeing isn't really how the crawlers are.
Yeah. But then I think they said, but she did tear up the Desperado Club, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
So...
That's fair.
Maybe, but maybe that's not all there is.
Yeah, maybe there was an actual reason. Yeah, maybe someone tried to assassinate her.
Because it's like, you know, what happens next with Growler Gary and how they portrayed that in the recap episode.
Yeah.
And it's like, Donut especially, like, that's not how that went. They didn't even show the rescue. So it's like, yeah, and they're now really hard starting to push a narrative of things.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah.
That reality TV do be scripted, I guess. Or they're trying to make it look... You can't trust anything on reality TV.
No. And I have a note here that all I did was write Zev. Is that when they find out about her? Is that when they hear from Loida?
Yeah, so...
Is that why I'm having this note?
Zev teleports in and...
Oh, no, Zev is still there.
Yeah, Zev is still here, but she comes in to tell them that
that
she's probably not going to be with them for much longer. She has to go away. Like, Loida is claiming rights on Katya and Carl and Donut because
she was
Hecla's
group, as a group, and since Katya was in that group, now that Katya's in Carl and Donut's group, that Loita should get first.
Yeah, and since she's Bloom, she's part of the party, then...
She's a little more senior. A little more power than Zev has.
So they think that she's going to take over. And that is what happens. Loita does eventually come in.
She does eventually.
Because she... Zev gets sent away, Loida says later on here, so we'll see.
Because in this they're talking about going on Odette's show and that Odette has now bought Katya's contract as well. But that she just still needs to be her. She needs to be more zippy. She thought your last interview performance was a little lackluster. I'll tell you what, I said, Carl. Katya, I'll give you a zip lesson right now, okay? repeat after me. I want you to say, go fuck yourself, Zev. She's, I'm not going to say that.
That was funny.
So yeah, we get a hint that Zev's not exactly, she's in a little bit of a tenuous situation herself.
Oh, and that's when we find out too that they're going to make the chats public.
That's right. That's right.
Zev gives them a little heads up, like, hey, people can now pay to see your chats and make them public. So they're losing even more privacy.
Privacy, yeah.
That they had.
Well, and so many times you would have them chat, or they would chat and say, don't say that out loud.
Yeah.
You know, and now they're losing that.
Yeah. So it's going to get interesting because, I mean, it's not something that everyone's going to be able to see. You still have to pay for it. So it's a high spend kind of a situation. But you know people are going to. Especially for Carl and anyone in the top 10, I'm sure.
Right.
And, I mean, everyone knows that Carl loves to use the chat a lot.
Well, and if that is possible, then you know Borant is going to be spying on them then.
Oh, 100%.
In their chats. If it's possible to make their chats public,
what's going to stop Borant?
They could have been listening in all this time. So that's a...
Yeah, that was a little wrench thrown in there.
So they start off on their mission to save Bautista. And on the way,
they stop in a bar and they meet Growler Gary.
Growler Gary.
Growler Gary.
Well, it's one of the stations they hadn't explored yet. And so they stopped off to see what was going on in this station. And yeah, they went into the bar, but it wasn't a safe room, right?
Right, it wasn't.
So
which was something a little bit different.
Right. Was a little different than what they thought.
Yeah.
And yeah, Growler Gary's drunk and talking about how everybody's been killed and
not making any sense. Referring to himself in the third person or whatever. And like, aren't you Growler Gary?
Yeah. But talking about how everybody's died and except for him.
Yeah. But he got his throat ripped out.
Oh, that's right. But then he came back. Then he was back again.
Which was a very important little note that Carl took.
But also that he tried to join the fight, but he couldn't leave the bar. Which was another one.
Yeah. So thanks to Carl's Anarchist Cookbook, he learned that there are some NPCs that are needed to finish quests and whatever. And so they will be ones that will resurrect or won't be able to leave a certain area. Like something like that that's going to let you know that they're important to what you're trying to do. And so Carl picks up on this. And that leads to one of my favorite... It's sad to say this is one of my favorite scenes. But every time she was just like, all right, Mongo, back to the bar.
Well, they find out from Gary that there are these carts that the repair people basically would take out onto the trains and maybe they could go check those out.
Right.
So they do, and they find some interesting stuff there, but they're like, this isn't that important. We could have figured this out ourselves.
Right. And Donut is thinking that whatever Growler Gary is saying is a lie because he's a dog.
Right.
He's a doggle.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's just like, well, maybe he's a liar. He's a dog. Dogs are liars.
But they find out, because Growler Gary's a knoll, and they find out that it takes a knoll hand to, there's a pad.
Yeah.
Like a hand pad.
Palm pad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like a palm reader. So, and it takes a knoll to do that. Well, Growler Gary can't leave the bar.
Yeah. And he's the only one left because they killed all the others.
They killed all the others, and they even went looking. Remember, they tried to use dead gnolls, and it didn't work.
Yep. And then Katya tried to change into one of them because she didn't want to be a part of what was coming next.
Yeah.
And even at 98% nullness, whatever, she still couldn't fool it enough.
It wouldn't, well, she could have. It was just the system wasn't letting her because they knew.
Right. And also, there were so many cards that they needed. It wouldn't have worked anyway.
It wouldn't have worked anyway, but they didn't know that at the time.
It's true.
So back they go. They need Growler Gary, but Growler Gary can't leave the bar.
They really only need his hands.
And they really only need his hands. So he's passed out drunk, and they've decided that, what was it? They thought Mongo was lagging behind them in experience now because after everything on the train, he'd been locked up.
Mm-hmm. He'd been
during
in his
all
cage.
Of that. So they thought they'd let him do the killing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do the deed, but come to find out you need 2 hands. So back they went, but come to find out you need 2 left hands. Back they went. Mongo, back to the bar.
Mongo.
And in the audiobook, the way she delivered it was so flat. Mongo, back to the bar.
I mean, you can just, even reading it, physically reading it, you got that tone.
Yes.
Because she just was just like,
back to the bar.
back to the bar.
So,
and I mean, and also you know how many times they had to do this, so I could just hear the exasperation. For sure.
That was just the first experiment.
Mm-hmm.
But then found out, because they thought once they got the 2 left hands,
mm-hmm.
then they got it started. So they thought, great, we got it started. We'll just take the 2 left hands, go start the next one. So there's like 7 cards, 8 cards. And once they took the hands off, it shut off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had to go back to poor Growler Gary.
Mm-hmm. And at this point,
14 times.
Yeah, and every time now when he was coming back to life, he was coming back sober and awake. And so he's freaking out, like, why are you doing this to me? Because he doesn't remember. Well, he remembers being killed, but he doesn't know why. And so Carl has to have a little moment with him also, and being like, hey,
tells him what's going on.
This is what's going on. And then Growler Gary's like, so I can help? This is
I can get back at the people that killed my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so.
And he just accepts it. And he's like, make it quick.
Well, make it so it doesn't hurt.
Make it so it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, Carl and his NPCs. These cards were one of the most confusing things for me. Like, trying to figure out what they were doing. Like, how they left the nightmare train and they got these cards off instead. But then later on, they were using the cards, but they kept talking about where they left the nightmare. But it was like they were on totally different lines now. And I was like, I still never did get any of that.
Yeah.
It was a go with it moment for me.
Me too. At first, when they first were setting it all up and whatever, I was trying to follow along and figure it out. And then I'm like, you know what? Nah, we're just going to move on.
I think it was towards the end when they started talking about Katya figured it out. Like, it's like a noodle. The trains that were running, there was like dual trains for each one. So they were on the outside, and then that tube space in the middle was where the connectors came through. But it seemed like there was more than just obviously that, because there was like tons and tons of lines. But it was like there was more than one like long pasta tube, and they all wrapped around each other. I kept thinking about a DNA.
Oh, like a double helix?
Yeah. It's kind of the way I kept picturing it, but with more spirals. I don't know. I never did figure it out.
Quite frankly, I didn't even try. I was trying to picture it when they first started talking about it, but like 2 sentences in, I'm like, you've lost me. And I'm not even going to try and worry about it.
All I know is, like,
I wish there had been a drawing included in the book.
They figured out a loop. Yeah, the drawing that's included is not exactly.
Is there even a drawing?
Yeah, you just passed it.
Oh, that's the...
Just that sketch.
Yeah, that's the map, but I meant, like, the drawing with the whole logo thing.
Oh.
When they figured it all out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. And that's the thing that made me think of like a spiral, is all the loops coming together and then looking at it in more like a 3 or even 4D kind of thing where I don't know.
I'm not good at picturing things.
Basically what I figured out about that was like, this is important to know. Symbology is important. How it worked in here, I don't know.
Yeah, but apparently they do. The dungeon always has something for symbolism, because Mordecai was talking about how, well, the last time on this level we had this or whatever, so.
And he's like, well, didn't you recognize it? Isn't it on your doors? And he's like, no, it's a giant kuatine. Oh, well, the symbol was on the doors last time. So it's like, that's all you had to say.
You're right.
Why didn't you say that? Like on the doors. But anyway, they get everything done. They take these carts because they find out these interdiction team carts has a portal on the front. And that's how they'd go and clean the tracks. Because I pictured it like a squeegee. Because it talked about how it had cutouts for the rails. So it was like a squeegee with a portal on the front. And then it would go and clean, and then just everything on the debris and stuff would just be portaled away. And you could switch it between Train Yard E or the Abyss. So that was how they took these carts. No, they did not. They set up the carts with
one in the front was sending things to the Abyss.
Yeah.
And then and that one was going to have the alarm trap on it or whatever that played the songs.
All of them did. So that they would know when the cart was coming. So they could hear the music, so they'd know when the cart was coming.
Oh, but then
they said
they had to know which song was which, so that, okay.
No, because he said
but they needed to make sure
the first one would go through, then get in front of the second one. So when you see one go through, then get in front of the second one, and that'll be yours. Yeah. And the song was playing so that they would know what the song, that cart was coming in the first place. Because they would hear the music playing. So the first cart was sending stuff into the Abyss in order to clear the track for the second cart to come through.
Right, and the second
But the first cart got stuck in debris. And so the second cart came through and flung that cart to Train Yard E. So the first cart that came through was the one they needed to be in front of. But they didn't know that because Carl had told him the first cart let it pass by.
Okay. And
so later he's thinking, I should have started the songs right away so I knew which was which, and I could have told them what song to listen. Because
I got confused. I was like,
they should have jumped in front of the first cart, but they didn't know because
there was only the one cart.
There was only the one cart because Bautista told him later the second cart never showed up. Well, that's what happened. The first one got hung up on debris. The second cart caught up to it, and so it was actually the first cart coming through that they just didn't know.
Yeah.
But if he told him, and then Carl being the guilt guy,
of course,
then he had to take it all. But anyway, they do end up. Is that when they go down there? Yeah, they do end up going down there. They had to go back again too. I forgot because they ended up being short a pair of hands, so they had to go back to Growler Gary again. I think that's when they find out too, if you kill a Krakerin, that it hatches.
Oh.
Into all those crotch dumplings. Gather round, little crawlers. It's story time. It kind of starts here. The propaganda that Boren is spreading is just insane. But at that long ass description for the crotch dumplings, it says you have to kill them fast. After all, like all children, they grow up so very fast. I suggest a nice firm stomp. We have not gotten nearly enough stomping in this book.
No, not enough daddy tax being paid.
No. So yeah, that's when they get the whole the things that are going to form the big things later on. So, yeah, I think finally now, right?
Yeah, finally now is when we get we get to, we learn what happened with the cart that was supposed to go to Bautista and all of that. Why it didn't show up.
Why it didn't show up.
And then...
Oh, but I do have to say one more thing. I know I just said we should not talk about every single funny thing, but this was just like Katya being like part of the group, you know, joking and stuff. And they were talking about the colors of the lines and what's that color anyway.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She was an art professor. So she starts going into this like lecture, right? And she's going off and Carl says, I'm sure it's riveting. Katya stuck her tongue out at me, and then her tongue formed a little hand with a tiny middle finger pointing up. I laughed, holy shit, that's weird. You're getting fast at that. I just think it was just a little moment that showed that she's fine.
Yeah.
She's good, you know?
I loved it. I thought that was awesome.
That she feels accepted.
This is where they accidentally teleport the Mimic.
The Mimic, they teleport the Mimic to Trainyard E.
Trainyard E.
Well, because they ran over the crawlers too and sent them there.
They sent them to the train yard and
then like 2 minutes later sent a Mimic in after them.
Yep. So whoops probably killed them.
Says whoops.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they catch up with
then
Bautista.
They get to Bautista
and save everybody there. Oh, that moment that Carl has to ask Ellie and Amani to ask their manager a question because, yeah, we're still missing our manager.
Yeah. We've got 3 days until the level collapses and still no Mordecai.
And still no Mordecai and all of this going on. They save Bautista and Donut gets her accolades. And so...
because she, before they even saved, she was saying, like, you have to tell them to give their hats back, Carl. After we go through. Millions of gold, Carl. Millions!
Yeah.
And then Carl's like, well, they weren't ours to begin with. People gave them to us to help others. We don't have any 3 of them left. And she's like, I really wanted to buy the social media board so we can see what people are saying about us. Like, okay.
But then they get everybody through, and Donut gets applause.
Yes, and
everyone... And they give her the hats back.
Yes. The hats that honestly don't have any value anymore.
They were like worthless, but Carl doesn't have the heart to tell her.
Yeah. And that was Katya's idea.
It was Katya's idea.
She suggested it, and Donut is just reveling in it. She just loves it. She's just like, yes, thank you, people. Like, continue to bow down.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
Keep it coming.
Yeah. And I just love how everyone, she's just like, they're like setting them down. She's like, thank you, princess. And it's like, oh yes, of course.
Yes.
Of course, thank you.
You're so very welcome.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Oh, it was funny.
And Donut gathered all the hats up into her inventory, tail swishing with pleasure. So they finally had a little good moment. Well, a couple good moments because they saved everybody and then, yeah.
Yep. Although, did they save them? They go back to their personal space because it's about time for Mordecai to come back, finally. And Katya has a fan box, and so they want to make sure they get their boxes open before he comes back, just in case she gets another choice box like Carl did.
Yeah, with Chaco.
And Chaco comes back. So they want to make sure that that's all over with by the time Mordecai comes. But she did not. She got an enhancement to her rush ability, which she thinks then people are trolling her but Carl's like, who cares? Because it's a good prize.
Right.
But this one, she gets this riot gear. So she gets like a riot shield and a baton. And the baton is an enchanted shade knoll riot forces telescoping... I can't talk. It's getting late. Telescoping crowd control baton. This enchanted truncheon is designed to crack skulls and teach those ungrateful bastards to show some goddamn respect. Oh my god. The audiobook of that was just hilarious.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet.
Some Damn respect. And then Katya gets some extra gear, so she can't wear her bracers and the shield at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives Carl one of her. So they're sharing.
Aww.
They're sharing weapons. And he's murder hoboing again, which I just think is so funny.
Oh. And Katya gets something
gets a
from her sponsor. The bolt of Ophiotaurus.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Katya's sponsor is the sister to,
the Skull Kingdom.
What's his name? The
Maestro.
The Maestro, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one that's still alive, King Rust.
King Rust.
King Rust and Prince Maestro. Stalwart.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's the little sis
mm-hmm.
in all of this, and she sponsored Katya, and she's the one that gives her this. And apparently, it has the ability to kill, or no,
just make them invulnerable
for 15 seconds. And this is where we find out that little sis might not be a big fan of Big Brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of
mm-hmm.
interesting, because she only got one of them.
Just one.
Because this whole time we were thinking that, oh, well, maybe this is the sisters gonna try and get revenge by using Katya. Or it was like a kind of a joke that she sponsored Katya, and now we find out her real intentions are to maybe side with Carl
mm-hmm.
and them on their whole thing.
Maybe. Or maybe they're just playing with them all. Who knows?
Who knows? Drama for the show.
Mordecai comes back. They're letting him know that, he missed out on a lot. And figuring out, how to tell him this. Donna starts to kind of start to fill him in, and Carl, or Mordecai says, I see I missed a few things. And Carl said, a few things, yes, we need to. I didn't finish. Katya exploded.
When I read that the first time, I was like, what do you mean?
Exploded?
They're supposed to be in a safe room. Who is attacking them? What happened? I literally thought that she was gone. We were never going to hear from Katya again.
Yeah.
I finally was like, okay, she's part of the team. I kind of like her now. I trust her. And now we're gonna, she's gone? You're gonna do
just
this to me?
rip it right out for it. Or to find out that she was some sort of booby-trapped suicide bomber.
Yes, and I've been rewatching The Boys, and so, we have the head popper soup or whatever, something oh my god, who's got the power? Who's got the power?
But what was really funny is Mongo.
Oh my gosh, yes, Mongo
We don't get too much of Mongo, because he has to be penned up so much, but
mm-hmm.
shrieked in joy, spinning about like a child in the rain, and tap, tap, splash, tap of Mongo dancing in circles like he was playing in a wading pool.
Yeah. And then we find out that Katya didn't actually explode.
Right.
It was all of the blood and stuff that she had taken into her inventory that she now no longer could have because of the no liquids rule. Just falling out everywhere. This is the freaking gallons and gallons of blood.
But then we have, like we talked about before, the confrontation with Mordecai to Carl over the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And Mordecai actually, after Carl says something about the winner of the faction wars always has this ring, huh? Mordecai kind of whacks him upside the head.
It's a whole Gibbs head slap moment.
Yeah, but Carl has a reaction to it.
Mm-hmm.
He said if he'd hit me a little bit harder, it probably would have gone bad for him, because he was in the safe room, for one thing. But he said, my father used to do the same thing, though he'd done it much harder. I felt my eyes narrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, they talk it through and stuff, but at the end of kind of talking it through, Carl looks at him and says, by the way, don't touch me again. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So another little insight into Carl's life growing up and family and all of that, which is no surprise, but
yep.
Yeah.
But Katya kind of breaks the tension a little bit because she's been looking at, so she's been adding to Mordecai's map of the train yard and stuff. And so she pretty much says, what did you mean when you wrote this on this map? And so between the two of them, they figure out the train station and how it works, and that the syndicate logo kind of looks like the Olympic symbol with the interlocking rings, but that if she turned it a certain way and she folded paper, and then she was like, I figured it out. She figured out what was going to happen. And I think this is where that he realizes that he had been telling everybody where the stairwells were, and he'd been out there trying to like clean the tracks and doing all this stuff to clear the way for people to get to the stairwell. And that's when he realized he's been sending people into basically a trap.
Yeah, sending them to their death.
Yeah, that I think this is where they figured all of that out, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah, because this is where they have to have the plan where they, like, everything's gonna flip,
and because she folded the paper and then was doing. Remember,
honestly,
she's an art history, or she's an art professor, so
yeah, I was honestly very, very confused. All I knew was that their stairwells, where everyone was supposed to go, were traps, and station mimics were going to be showing up, and everybody was going to die.
Because there was that noodle and those kind of liminal spaces in between the tracks on the outsides was where, because they were saying that like all of the little crotch dumplings that were growing, that they all just kind of disappeared. And they figured out they were going. Katya said, I think this is what's happening. They're going into that tube, in the tube. And then when they hit the stairwell stations, they can go up and down. And they're going to grow out of that central space into those and be these huge province bosses. They're going to block the stairways.
Oh, okay.
And that nobody can get to them. Mm-hmm. And so that's when Carl comes up with the idea of making a portal. Mm-hmm. So at the station that they're at.
Yeah. Which was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like, again, Carl with his ingenuity.
I know.
It's just insane.
But that was really cool too, because he was like, he knew how to do it, but then they found out that the cart wouldn't fit through the tunnel that they needed to go to. And was it Zhang that came?
Oh,
the one that had the spell to shrink things.
That was her. Or
it wasn't her. It was Li Jun or Zhang that had it. I don't remember which one. He came running up. He's like, I got you.
Oh, right.
I heard what you were trying to do, and I got you. So he had been holding on to this spell because he could only use it like one more time. And it would shrink things down. And so they could use that to get it through. So anyway, they jacked it up. They made a crane. They jacked up the cart with the portal pointing down towards the stairwell. Or, yeah, I think it was towards the stairwell.
I don't know the mechanics.
The hole. The hole that was going to go between them. So that in their station, when the province boss started to grow up, it just got zapped away into the abyss. Mm-hmm. And then I think another soul crystal blew.
Yeah.
When that happened. And then Carl gets the idea, hey, if we start killing these things, maybe, or was it, the province boss was still in the middle. Just, he was the boss wouldn't come up through their hole because of the portal. It had sent some stuff up and it all got sucked away. That's when we get Prepotente. And my favorite audiobook chapter. Because he tells Donut to peek down in there and see what she can see. And she says all she can see is like wrinkly, hairy skin. And it looks like those guys that never pull their pants up and you can see their butt crack. Like that weird guy that used to come over and play video games with you. Stinky Sam? Or something like that. I'm sorry, I jumped way ahead. That was not there.
That's why I'm I'm so confused. Like,
I did jump way ahead. Because that was when they had the plan to go to Station Yard E.
Yeah, so like, Carl had warned all of the other crawlers at the stations what was going to happen as soon as he figured it out. And a lot of them didn't believe him because they thought that he was just being crazy. So when things did finally flip and what he said was going to happen, people were starting to message him being like, yo, this is happening.
Yeah.
The bomber guy warned all of you dumbasses, fall back, whatever.
He didn't say it would be this bad.
Yeah, it's like, are you on crack? That's exactly what he said was going to happen. It's literally the exact thing he warned you about. Now clear the chat. So, yeah, there was a whole bunch of that going on.
That's right. Yeah.
And then we had some of the stage 3 DTs coming their way while they were at the thing. The portal was getting hit by hail.
Because they were trying to stay out of the actual station, but then the ghouls and stuff were coming down the track, so they were having to fight off the ghouls and stuff. Were they, at this point, when they did the portal, when he made the crane and did the portal thing, he was with Ellie and Amani, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Because they at one point had to fight.
At that station. And then we had the dog soldier thing with Donna and...
Right. Yeah.
They found out that Madison was killed.
Because Imani and Ellie had been camped out at that station for quite a while. And they had set up and kind of joined in with other crawlers and set up defenses and stuff like that. That's right.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back to the safe room for a minute. Because I skipped over a part that I thought was really interesting, because while they were talking about how they were figuring out the tangle, Mordecai starts talking about like the Crackheron and the other race. I can't remember. The Plenty. The Plenty are the ones that were responsible for creating the tunnel, the kind of like streaming service that would let people on the outer reaches of the universe still live stream into the crawl, where before they'd see it, but it would be like a week to a month later. And so there was this whole like conspiracy theory that the Crackheron and the Plenty were in it together. And like the Crackheron has this collective, because they talked earlier about like the hive kind of thing, and how it was spreading, through the universe. Well, I guess that was a kind of a real thing, but there's this theory that the Plenty created this tunnel in order to get people kind of addicted, and then they would like, serve the Crackheron, and that they would take over the universe kind of thing. All of that going on. And so he said, so when they have the Crackheron manufacturing drugs and giving it to the Puka to distribute to everyone else, what they're really doing is making some sort of bullshit metaphor to make a political point. He said, that's what it looks like. This whole floor is a racist political cartoon telling the universe how shifty the Crackheron and the Plenty are. So Borant, who has the party of the Bloom, which acts very much like you might expect like a 1930s Nazi party to be, are now spreading propaganda through this crawl that the entire universe watches. And I'm like, oh, now this is interesting. And Borant at the same time is going bankrupt and are trying to like get people to buy ads, to buy into getting boxes and getting people to get the crawlers on their shows and all of this. And all I could think was like, okay, so they're making these political points and things like this and all of this propaganda, but at the same time they're trying to sell to these people. I was like, who are you guys pissing off with this messaging that you are just broadcasting to the entire universe? Are you not thinking about who's watching this? Like, there are other syndicate companies,
Right.
corporations out there. It was like crazy. It was like nuts to me. Like this blatant propaganda. So like they're using the tunneling service to spread the propaganda about the tunneling service.
So meta.
So meta. Anyway, I completely skipped over that part because I was like, holy shit. And then in the middle of all that, while they're talking to this, Katya does something. She's talking about this double-sided noodle and stuff like this. And she says something about, but this double-sided noodle thing is a lot of trouble to go through for it to not make any difference. Maybe it's just extra fluff to appease the nerds. Again, very meta.
Yep.
I don't know where I am.
Like, what are you saying to me, Katya? What are you saying?
I don't know where I am. Am I in the book? Am I reading the book? I don't know.
I definitely am not the nerd that's being appeased by the extra fluff. I can tell you that.
But it was just so funny when they were talking about trying to figure out the tangle. And at the beginning of the book, at the author's note, was don't try and figure it out because it's fine. Yeah. Don't do that.
And you know what? It was no worries because even if you hadn't put that in there, I wouldn't have been trying to figure it out.
No.
I was lost by page 2, okay?
No.
There was no salvation for me and my solving of the iron tangle.
I think this was the part too when he came up with the idea of the portal. Mm-hmm. And Carl says, holy shit, I have a glorious idea. Mordecai says, no. You don't know what it is yet. You don't care what it is, Carl. It's a Carl idea. It's probably a brilliant idea. It's going to get you killed.
A brilliant idea that's going to get you killed.
Donut told me how you captured the nightmare train. I bet you thought that was a glorious idea too. Carl goes, no, that was a dumb idea. This is much better. So it's funny you mentioned the nightmare. Anyway.
I love every single moment where everyone's like coming for Carl when he has ideas and stuff, even though like they are really normally pretty good ideas and pretty decent plans, but they're just so like crazy.
But I think we're at the point that if we don't do something crazy, we're gonna get killed.
It's kind of like we're gonna get killed either way,
right?
At least we might as well go all out.
But I think in this sort of a situation, it takes crazy to get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna get, playing it safe is not gonna get you. Like all of these people that decided to just camp out at stairwells, you know?
Yeah.
Sure, Carl's doing the crazy shit, but it's the crazy shit that actually will pull them through. And like you're in the damn dungeon.
Yeah.
It takes crazy.
That was I was reading it and I just kept thinking about how like uncautious I guess they were being. Like they really were just like way before the end, every single thing that they did, it was like a big move. It was always a big, crazy move and just going all out as if this was their last stand every single time. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, but you guys, like, what if this doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? You're gonna die. And then I'm like, oh my god, this is why I wouldn't survive the dungeon.
Because you'd be the guy in the back going, this is not a good idea. And then the monster comes through and
100%.
And eats.
100%.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Oh my god.
I probably would too. Because again, I think in this sort of a situation, you have to. You have to be, it takes the crazy.
Yeah. Act first, think never, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's from the Undercutting of Rosie and Adam.
It is.
But it's applicable. It's applicable here.
That's
you
right.
You kind of have to just go for it because you know the next hour is not promised. The next 10 minutes are not promised. You have to do what you got to do, and sometimes that is something crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, again, builds the portal. Finds out,
They call it the noodle.
Figures out that if you kill enough of stuff, that it'll kill the soul crystals, because the soul crystals, like, you can't kill the ghouls. Like, if they'll just keep regenerating. The ghouls.
As long as the soul crystals are working.
So they figure out if you, like, kill enough stuff all at once, you'll overload the soul crystals. And that's when he comes up with his next plan, which is to take the nightmare to the to station or train yard E and kill the mimic. I'm pretty sure that's sort of the plan that he first started out with. And so that's when he asked for volunteers, and Li Na, Li Jun, and Zhang all just volunteer right away. And I really liked it that he talked about Li Na as being, like, really smart and really clever, and he did like her, and he's like, there's no way we could ever work together.
Yeah.
Because I like her. She was really smart. She had really good ideas, but I could tell she was irritated with me inside 5 minutes. Because even right off the bat, he was like, okay, let's go. This is the first thing we need to do. And she's like, don't you think you should tell us the whole plan? That way, if you are killed, we can continue on with the plan.
And Donut's like, she has a point, Carl.
She has a point, Carl. That maybe, that's a good idea. Li Na's first idea is that before they even start, they should pick at the province boss that is under their station. So I can't remember what her reasoning was for it. Oh, it'll sweeten the pot and give us an additional fallback point. It'll start kicking off the overload, and then still get rid of the province boss so that they have a fallback point. But so this is where
Donut looks into
Donut looks
portal.
In. And yep,
it's just hair and quivering skin covering up the hole. It's disgusting. It looks like one of those guys whose pants don't cover his butt, like when your smelly friend used to come over and play video games while you two lied about your exploits with women. What was his name? Monobrow Sam?
Monobrow Sam.
Really, Carl?
That's what it was.
I don't know why you had such revolting friends. And then Donut says, I got an achievement just for looking at it. At the boss, I mean, not your friend's butt. But I should have received an award for having to see that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, she sees that the province boss is there.
Donut
sees
Donut shoots and then gets out of the way. They drop the cart.
Oh yeah, and then
this
is where we have a voice that we hear from the other side of the portal.
Yeah.
Saying, hello, who's there? Show yourselves, you cowards!
This is where I told Amy, I'm like, if you listen to nothing else of this book, you have to listen to this chapter.
Yes. And I'm so glad that you told me that, because every little goat screech was the best.
Prepotente shows up because Prepotente had been trying to kill the province boss too, because he's got some sort of slow working, like slows his systems down, and he could have given him cardiac arrest in another 2 hours, and he'd been working on it for who knows how long.
Yes.
So Prepotente is one of the goats of Marion Dom, the shepherdess, and she was the one that she got like 3 pet biscuits, and Prepotente was one of the goats that got changed. So he walks up on his hind legs. He's got armor. And a very aristocratic British voice. That is hilarious on its own.
Right.
But he's a goat. So he still just like screams randomly. For no particular reason, anybody.
Yes.
Carl, I should have known such a colossal fuck-up could only be perpetrated by such a colossal dolt. Screaming. very funny.
It was so good. Like,
Very funny.
because like in the physical book, it just says he screamed.
He
in
screamed.
the audiobook, you actually get to hear the screams. So
He actually screams. He doesn't even
Yeah.
read. He
The goat
screamed, and then
screams.
it's just a scream.
Mhm.
And then in the audiobook, even when it's not in the narrative, he just throws in random screams.
It was so good. It was so good. And then Miriam shows up.
Oh my god.
And, gives Prepotente a little talking to there. Whaps him upside the head. With her stick.
Well, before she shows up, though, because he says to Donut how delightful it is to meet her.
Mm-hmm.
But Imani tries to get in between
Oh my
Prepotente
gosh, yes.
and Carl, and he says, "I could kill you." He said it to Imani. "I could crunch your bones and glory in the sound that they made when they splintered." Bitch, what? Imani demanded, her demeanor changing on a dime. He screamed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when
Miriam
comes
up.
in and says he doesn't mean it. He was ornery even when he was just a goat. It makes him apologize. Pony.
Yeah.
She calls him Pony. Go over there and think about what you said.
"I will kill you tonight as you sleep," he said to Miriam.
Yeah.
And he rubbed his head.
No, you won't,
sweetie.
And she kissed him, and she do it again. It still hurts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
He goes through this whole thing, and then Carl says, "I have questions. So very many questions."
You and me both, Carl. You and me both.
Exactly.
But
And
then, of course, Donut.
Oh yeah, she's just delighted.
She's
Wasn't
like,
he great?
"Did you hear that? He called me delightful."
Oh, delightful.
Oh my gosh, so good, so good.
Oh goodness. So there we go. On to the plan now.
On to the plan.
The plan that they're gonna go to Train Yard E and apparently blow up or kill the mimic, and then that will overload like all the soul crystals, was the plan. But when they get there, they find out that there are Mantars guarding the portal entrances. So new plan.
Yep.
New plan.
Plan B. Carl's plan B here. And I love his conversation with Mordecai when we're changing up the plan. Just like, so,
Yeah.
if I accidentally did this, and Mordecai's just like, run. Just run.
Yes,
It's
right.
like, but I haven't summoned him yet. I haven't done this yet. It's just a question. And Mordecai's like, don't scare me like that, Carl.
So just curious, but seriously.
So like, what would happen
But
if I just happened to summon the war god Grawl, the invincible, unkillable god, war god? Like, what?
How long would I have?
Yeah,
How long would I be? And how long before we could summon him again?
Yeah, all of the things.
So, yeah.
The new plan.
The new plan is to grab one of the Mantars, summon the god. That's the only part of the plan we know at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it was going to be summon the god, throw the Mantar into the Abyss portal, and send him where he would hopefully go on a killing spree through the whole Abyss. Because they were saying that the Abyss was filling up so much that monsters weren't actually dying when they went in there. They were just landing in there. So there was still living stuff there. Just send in this god to just clean house.
Mm-hmm.
And so they start doing this, and of course Carl's punching away and summoning the god, and they are throwing him into the portal. Or was that it? No, wait, that wasn't it. No, that was not it. They were gonna portal him into
To the
Train Yard E, into the station to kill the mimic,
Mm-hmm.
and then re-summon him again and then throw that Mantar into the portal to the abyss. So he would kill the mimic, and then before he could, like, kill them, they would summon him again by killing another Mantar, throw that guy into the portal, into the abyss, where he could just wreak havoc for that 5 minutes or whatever that the summoning lasted in the abyss. But when they were throwing the first guy through to go into the station, he grabbed hold of Carl's leg. And Carl didn't even know it because he had so many buffs on his feet that he didn't feel anything. It was like numb. And so he didn't feel it when the guy let go of the rail and grabbed his foot instead. And so until it was too late. And he dragged Carl with him.
Yep, into Train Yard E.
Into Train Yard E.
With the station mimic that he had sent there earlier.
Right. So now we've got
a death challenge.
A death challenge.
Between Carl and the War God.
And the mimic.
And
because...
a little bit of a cameo.
Well, we got a little hint earlier. Mordecai talking about... basically, don't worry about gods. That's a 10th floor thing or whatever. But some of these rich assholes will pay to basically pilot a god. So we got a little hint of it earlier.
Yep. So Girl has a sponsor. The War God Girl has a sponsor who can pilot him. And that sponsor is Prince Maestro of the Skull Empire.
Who is not dead.
Not dead.
Damn it.
Right.
Not dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, and the dungeon, the AI has called it a death challenge instead of a boss battle like normally because everyone's convinced Carl's gonna die. This is it. It's just gonna be who's gonna kill him first.
Who's gonna kill him? Will the mimic get him first?
Or will the girl get him?
Right. Because the mimic, who has basically imitated this huge building at this point, keeps like having windows for eyes and shooting this long tongue out of the doorway. But he can also send out, what did they call them, the minions? That he said look like those chattering walking teeth.
Oh, yes.
Wind-up toys.
Yeah, yep.
So by the time the thing froze to do the whole like boss battle type thing, the mimic was already like shooting its tongue out at Carl.
Yeah.
But then the Mantar like splits open and here comes this big centaur thing.
Yep, a level 250.
That basically has like a pig head though, because it's the Maestro's head or face instead of a horse's face. Or a man's face, I should say, because it's a centaur. Oh, so yes, it was what, does the mimic kill him first, or will the god kill him first?
Yeah, and Carl's all on his own at this point.
Yeah, because whenever a battle is done, they seal off the area. So, like, I think Donut said she could go in, but they couldn't come back out again.
Oh.
Because she said something about... there was a little minion tried to go after her and it couldn't go out of the portal area or out the doorway.
Yeah, I think you can go in but you can't come back.
Right.
You're stuck in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Carl, bless him, is pretty much saying, this is it for me. Get the hell away from me.
Don't come in here.
Go to Ellie and Amani, they'll take care of you.
Yeah, get out before he sees you, whatever.
Yeah.
And of course, Donut wasn't gonna leave it at that.
No.
Because they're in it till the end, ride or die.
Yeah, so Carl's like pulling out all the stops. He's got his invisibility potion, which he takes right away. And tries to, like, you know, run around and avoid all this stuff.
He's only got 30 seconds with that.
While the Maestro is, like, running his mouth, as per usual.
Here, piggy, here, piglet, piglet.
As per usual.
Yeah.
And Carl's trying to duck minions.
The jibber jabbers.
Yep.
I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, I
jibber
think
jabbers.
so.
Jabbering jibber jabber.
Yeah. So he gets almost cornered and is going on. So he kind of breaks cover, and that's when he downs Mordecai's special brew.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So he's invulnerable basically for, what is it, 30 seconds? Or a full minute?
30 seconds.
Yeah. So Katya comes in the chat saying, run, get over to where you came in at, wasn't it? Where the portal.
Go back to the portal. We're sending help through.
We're sending help through. And he downs Mordecai's special brew and starts running. And oh my Lord. Oh, he gets so abused. He gets so abused. He gets stepped on by Grull and flattened. And he's like, oh, it was just so painful. Like, for somebody who has back problems, it's just so painful to read about. Talking about him feeling all his bones breaking and then immediately knitting them back together again and being squashed and just, the excruciating pain. Because this would happen, and he died, and then he healed again, and he healed again. And he gets stepped on by Grull, and Grull moves on, and he heals again, and he's about to get up, and then a train car gets, like, thrown on top of him, and he gets crushed again, and he heals again. Oh, it was painful. It was very painful.
It was.
But, yes. Ellie.
Help arrives.
Ellie is such a badass again.
Yes.
And Katya too.
Yep. And then we had Lina and Li Jun, Donut, Mungo, the whole crew.
Oh my gosh.
Whole crew rode in.
So funny. So Ellie goes in immediately, like she took some kind of special spell so that she was just lightning fast and shooting these icicles. And then she goes and lands on this train car next to Carl, who's not Carl. Katya got it up to, like, what did it say what percentage she was at? Because Carl said something like, Ellie landed next to me.
Yeah. When she landed, she stood next to a familiar figure. Me. It was me.
It was me.
I don't think it says.
It didn't say.
Not in that
Enough
section.
to fool the maestro. And so she took off running because Carl says something like, if he wasn't very smart. If he had at any point glanced at my feed, he would know, he would never have been fooled by this. But he was not very smart. So they lure him off, and then they go over where Lina, Li Jun, and Zhang had pulled the portal cart through, and the other Mantar. It was so... Lina is pretty badass, too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They had taken this Mantar and, like, ripped the top torso off, ripped his arms off, and she's like, there will be no more mistakes. We're gonna do it right this time. Get to punching.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Because they had to keep healing the Mantar to keep him alive.
To keep him alive, so she was spending all of her healing scrolls.
He's much easier to handle this way.
Yeah.
And now we can throw him into the portal instead of risking another accident. Yeah. So
the plan actually does work. Just not quite the way Carl intended it to.
No, definitely with a lot more scariness.
But it did.
Yep.
It did work in the end, but no, I didn't highlight that point. But Carl has a minute. Carl has a minute where he realizes that he's not alone. And, you know, he thinks of himself as a loner, but he's not. And, yeah. He's exhausted. The plan works. And he's like, glurp, glurp, motherfucker.
That was so good.
It really was. But it doesn't blow enough crystals up, apparently. So they're still not done. They gotta go blow some more crystals. So they're gonna send a bomb to the abyss on the Nightmare. And this
with
was
the
so
help
sad.
of Tisquick and Firebrandy.
And Firebrandy. This was so sad.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
Firebrandy now knows too.
Firebrandy knows
the truth.
Yeah. And so they brought, Tisquick and Firebrandy brought the nightmare down to Train Yard E to pick everybody up and go on. And then, you know, Carl's rigged up a bomb and he's telling them, okay, let's get off now. And they're like, no, we're going to ride it to the end. And
this is where they stop using us.
Yeah. And she said, each time I thought it was just a job, a way to earn more money for my children. And I'd have them. I'd have one sometimes two. This time it was 3. But then they were just gone. I had names for all of them, each and every one. You're not supposed to name them until the ceremony, but I had given them names. Each one is different, and they've never returned to me. It's like, oh, that was just like a stab in the gut. It just, what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, the NPCs are not technically real, but they are. And the fact that they can realize what's been happening to them. Like Firebrandy, that's just like, she had babies. She had babies.
Yeah.
And they just went away. Every time the floor collapsed, it just went away. It's just, ugh.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. And Carl, that's where I thought of my own mother who'd attempted to kill my father and then herself as a goddamn birthday present for me. She'd only half succeeded. Well, we know what that means because he has memories of his dad after his mom left. So,
yeah.
Yeah, so they send them on.
Oh, this moment. So, the whole plan to go explode things and whatever, it works. And Carl has a moment talking to Donut, being like, you shouldn't have done that, Donut. You shouldn't have come back for me. You shouldn't have tried to save me. Like, you risked yourselves, you risked the cart, you risked everything. And Donut tells him, well, I wasn't just going to abandon you, Carl. Who do you think I am, Miss Beatrice? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
I did too.
I love that so much.
I did too.
And then she remembers that they never tried to sell her hats.
Yeah.
Because they're about ready to go down into the next level.
Yeah. But he actually had tried and nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
And Agatha
shows up. Agatha shows up again. And Imani and them see her. Like, oh.
Yeah.
You're still kicking.
Imani tries to go talk to her and Carl's like, whoa, nope.
Yep.
Nope, I'll tell you later. Just don't.
Yeah.
Don't do it. But,
and then this is where Loida comes in.
Yeah. I had a note here about that I thought there was a teaser for Carl and the nuke in his head. I wonder what I was thinking. I need to make better notes.
I wonder if it's this.
Yeah, talking about
how this
killing
is my
them.
promise to myself, to my friends, and to you. Anyone who reads these words, I will break them all. I'm assuming that might be it.
That might have been what I was talking about in my notes. But it seems like I had another minute where I thought maybe I was like, oh, because I remember when Katya exploded, and he was looking at her, and you could just see the wheels turning. Because he was talking about like the blast radius of all this blood and how it covered everything. But Katya was standing in the middle of it, completely clean. And you could just see his thoughts on that. Because he made special note. Katya had not a drop of blood on her. But it came completely out of all of her inventory. And I was thinking then, I wonder
if he's thinking
it'll
just blast around him and he'll be safe in the middle, like the eye of the storm.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. But Well, whatever I made that note for, maybe. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, now we're on the show and we found out that Zev has been sent to re-education. And Loida will be taking over.
Yeah.
And we don't like Loida.
No, we sure don't.
We don't like Loida at all.
Oh, it's also on this show with Odette that there's a new snick.
There is a new snick.
Carl's naughty little piggy goes to market. With Donut in the video too.
And Mongo.
And Mongo.
But that was really an interesting thing too. You start seeing the censorship and, you know, Loida not allowing Odette to have any time with them.
Yep.
Donut is outraged because there's no snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And Zev was much more professional.
Yep.
But yeah, and Carl is like looming to the point where she looks at him, she goes, "You don't scare me." Like, oh, sweetheart.
You should be scared.
You should be scared.
You should be scared.
You should be very scared.
Mm-hmm. And we find out that Odette was sponsoring Hecla.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
The crab farm.
The crab farm.
Although she played it off during the show that it would have been her husband and, oh, he was still in the doghouse because of that, but
yep.
Finds out, you know, Odette told him afterwards, it was me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he has another thought about, you know, Odette told him the very first time they met, don't trust anyone until you know what their motives are. And he's like remembering that again, that, you know, Odette too. He doesn't know what's going on here.
Right.
She has them on their shows and she's been feeding them information and all this, which now Lloyd is trying to put a stop to.
Mm-hmm.
But also, she sponsored Hecla. So she hedged her bets, or is she playing some other kind of game? Because Mordecai is in this mix too. And something bad happened there.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot that Loida doesn't want Odette saying to them.
A lot.
A lot more censorship definitely happening here.
And even some stuff that doesn't seem like it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does it... Some of the things I was like, oh, what does it matter if Odette tells them about that?
Right. I was like, well, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but I guess it is.
Oh, there's something that's a big deal about that. Yeah. I wonder what that is.
Yeah. And then they find out that they are going to be playing in a giant litter box, according to Donut.
According to Donut. Yes, we learn a little bit about the next floor. That is really all we need to say about this book, except unless you have any final, like, overall thoughts.
No, I didn't appreciate the confusingness of the iron tangle. But I loved all of the deaths and the plans and everything in this one. I mean, this book had one of my favorite deaths in it, which was the War Mage one.
Oh, yes.
That's
epic.
One of the most epic kills that we mentioned it in part 1. And the most epic kills so far, and there's been so many kills. So
yeah.
Yeah. And I so many insights into the past and just getting to see a found family. Oh, found family.
Don't you love Claudia?
I
do too.
Yep.
As I always said, you know, she's one of my favorite characters. Next to Carl and Donut.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I mean, she's my next favorite. I just feel for her so much. Like, she was just a shy university professor, drug into all of this. Then she got manipulated and gaslit, and I just feel. But I think you could just see her growing in her time with Donut and Carl, and it's just.
I mean, already, like, she hasn't been in their party for that long, and you can already see the changes that are happening.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how many weeks we've been in the dungeon at this point. I don't think it's been a month yet.
I was gonna say like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But she probably spent, 2 weeks with Hecla and her party, and yet she grew more in her 5 days with Carl and Donut than...
Well, yeah, because they're not sitting there manipulating her and talking, like, making her feel
Well, Carl kind of started that way, but,
but
Donut reined him in. But anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It was so good. It was so good. And even though it's a chunky book, it didn't feel chunky. Like, I just wanted to keep reading. The comedy is still gold. Absolutely love it. Like, it's just amazing. These books are so well done. They are so well done. I cannot get over it. I cannot. And I'm so excited to continue.
Yes.
So next we have what? The Gate of the Feral Gods.
Feral Gods. Gate of the Feral Gods. Book 4. I am so excited.
Yes.
I've read this one. This is the last one I've read. So after this one, I get to continue on.
It's gonna be so nice to be experiencing it for the first time together after
this.
this.
I know. But we have also talked about maybe going back to our usual buddy read format, because we talk a lot. We're doing recaps, not just reviews, because we can't.
Yeah, we're getting in depth with it.
So we might be splitting these up and just, like, instead of talking about the whole book after we've read it, breaking it up and then talking after we've read that section.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do the whole book.
Because it's honestly, there's so much happening in all of these books that it's easy to forget the timeline of things and, things that have happened. Like, yes, we have things highlighted in the ebook and, like, whatever, but...
Yeah, and I have notes, but
we're
just...
only human.
Yeah, just like now I'm like, oh, I have a note. It says teaser, Carl and his nuke. I don't know why I put that down.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think it'll just be better. And then that way our, like, reactions to everything might be a little bit more...
Fresher. A little more fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Yeah, I think so, too.
I think it's going to be great. I'm so excited.
Well, we kind of, originally when, we thought we could do, like, an hour discussion per book... And move on from there, it made sense to read the whole book first and just do a review, but that's not what we're doing.
Well, it was good. It started out good. Like, it did. The first book and most of the second one. It was pretty much just like a review. We didn't get too into it.
Yeah.
Well, we did. There's lots of spoilers, but, like, we didn't get as in depth as we did when we got here.
So much happened.
There's so much. Yeah.
So much happened.
So much happened. So.
Anyway, same for this one, but I think
there will be multiple parts.
And we will just have after each section that we do. And also for another group that did that same kind of format that I'm going to shout out again is on YouTube, Hello Crawlers. It's a podcast, but they do videos. Hello Crawlers, a Dungeon Crawler Carl podcast. 3 kind of Gen X guys doing a read along. 2 of them have read it before. 1 guy's fresh into it. They do sections and then do a whole recap video on that section. Really good. I enjoy watching it a lot. So I've been doing read alongs with them.
Yeah.
So
I was too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And they do a really good job breaking things down and analyzing and reviewing. So shout out to them because it's good. Very good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's going to do it for our final part for book 3. Yeah, Phew is right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, going down below the video, hit the red subscribe button, join the Everyday Adventure family, so that way you don't miss out on more of these Dungeon Crawler Carl videos and all the other videos that pop up on the channel. Also be sure and go and follow us over on TikTok and Instagram at Everyday Epic Book Club for even more content.
Yes, and you can also check out the rest of Amy's channel. There's a lot more book content, but there's a lot more other than book content. So you can see home renovations, deep cleaning, shopping hauls. She's got a whole thrifting series right now. She's got an entire series on checking in with her financial status and kind of fighting her way to financial independence. You can also go check out her blog, which has features like Watch It Wednesdays, Foodie Fridays, and the newest one,
Kitchen Chaos Adventures.
there you go.
I think.
Something like that.
Something similar.
So you can check it all out and become a part of the entire Everyday Adventurer family. You're gonna get demonetized because of that one of these days.
Nah.
Copyright strike.
Nah.
Till we start wearing the SpongeBob t-shirt to go along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But, alright.
Yep.
Well, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And I'm Amy.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are
The
Everyday
Everyday
Epic.
Epic.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Oh, it's time for bed now.
I'm worn out.